Good afternoon, class. I want to welcome you to week 2 of CPT 170. I want to say I'm sorry for what happened this morning. That never happens. We just had a misunderstanding, and then also Miss Daniels became very sick and she was not able to attend. So I'm here. I want to record what we're going to discuss this week. Also, I want to invite you to my class on Tuesday evenings from 6 to 7:20 p.m. It's a synchronous class via Zoom, and you can join that meeting, and I'll send you the link later that will allow you to ask any questions, and you can also see the lecture live with me. It'll be the same lecture as what we're going to discuss today. So if you have any questions, please contact me. My email is rader.wcr@my.gbltec.edu, and my phone number is 864-250-8275. So please let me know if you have any questions. First of all, I want to start out by sharing my screen. I want to share the work that's due this week. Let me go and bring that up. So as I'm sure Professor Daniels discussed last week, when you have work due, you want to go live. This is where you're going to find your plan of instruction, your tentative schedule. You'll live and breathe by this schedule throughout the semester. So this information is shown. It shows you what's due, what you should be working on. Then it shows you what's graded or will be required for attendance purposes. Then also it's going to show you where to submit this work. Then the most important thing, of course, is where what due dates they are due for. So you had week 1 assignments, and one of those assignments was to log into Cengage MindTap account and set that account up. Now remember, you have a 14-day free trial. 7 days have already passed, so you have 7 days remaining on your free trial. In order, before you can purchase your subscription, you want to purchase it anytime, and at any time you can put that access code information in to begin that subscription. But remember, you only have 7 days remaining, or you will be locked out of the account for Cengage. Now you will, your work will be saved, but you'll be locked out until you purchase the subscription. Now you can use book vouchers to purchase the Cengage Unlimited subscription from the bookstore, so just be aware of that. This week, we're going to work in Unit 1, which is going to be Windows 10 operating systems and file folder management. So you will select and read Windows Module 3, the file folder management link, info under course content, and then you're going to select and complete Windows 10 training, the first activity that you'll complete using Cengage. Also, you have one more assignment this week that's due, but it's going to be due in Blackboard. And so you'll submit it as you did last week through the Dropbox in Blackboard. And so I wanted to show you where to find this information. I'll also send you a class announcement that I post for my classes that will show you the path to find the assignment and instructions of what's due for the week. So I will send that later today after I finish this recording. So let's go and let's look at these assignments that you have due this week, the 2 assignments you have due. So first of all, you want to always review announcements, and if there for any new announcements right now, you don't see any, but I'll post one later, and I'll also send it to you in an email. The next thing I want to do is where we're going to go to find your material that's due this week. We're going to click on course content. Scroll down, and we are in Unit 1, Windows 10 operating systems and file folder management. So I'm going to click on the link. And this is where you're going to see the instructions. It's going to tell you to select and read Windows Module 3, the file folder management link. And you'll see that information is here. Now I have a reading and training video demonstration that you may want to view. And I'll go ahead and launch that for a moment so you can look at that. There is no audio, and the reason is because when this was being created, I didn't have the option to create it with closed captioning, and we're not allowed to post a video unless we can, with sound, unless we have the option for closed captioning. So that's why you'll see that there is no sound for our accommodations rules for ADA compliance. Since I didn't have the option for closed captioning, I was not able to record it using sound. So you'll only see video demonstration. So it's going to show you what it's due this week. And make sure you can see my screen. Doesn't look like you are. Yeah, you are. You can. So it's going to demonstrate where you'll go for the assignment due for Cengage MindTap per week, Unit 1. So make a point to review that. I'm also going to demonstrate it here in class today. So moving back, for the information that's due, you're to select and read Windows Module 3. So you'll come in here is where you're going to find Windows Module 3, the file and folder management. And it will launch straight to Cengage. So it's going to launch that chapter, Windows Module 3, File and Folder Management. Now, what you'll do for this is you will move through the e-text for this. You will move through and read all of the material. And as it's going to tell you, you won't have anything that you'll complete, but you must read this information. And then I'm going to finish right here. Let me make sure I am sharing still. Okay, wonderful. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to click to launch Windows 10 training. And again, the way that I got here was to go to course content, click on course content, scroll down and you'll find Unit 1, Windows 10 Operating Systems and File Folder Management. And you'll click the Windows 10 training. Now there's a video that will guide you on how to complete a SAM training. So it's going to refer to 2016. We are on the platform for 2019, but there won't be any differences. There won't be any variances. It will be the same steps. So I'm going to launch like you will to begin. So when you click this link through Blackboard, it takes you straight to the assignment that you will work on. So you can complete training using a Mac or a PC. Remember, you cannot use any LMS, learning management system, using a Chromebook. So just be aware of that. It's not that we're picking on Chromebook, it's just that no Chromebook will allow the use of a learning management system. So you must have either a PC or Windows-based computer or a Mac computer for your training. And once your training launches, let me make sure that you can see this screen. You'll see the task that you'll need to complete in order to receive, and I hope to see a lot of 100s. Now, you can complete your training unlimited amount of times before the due date. After the due date, the assignment closes and you no longer will have access to it. So the training, you'll see that you can come up here and you don't have to go in numerical order. You'll have 48 questions that you'll have to answer. And you can go with in numerical order, or you can skip and choose the ones that you want to answer. And then eventually you want to answer all 48. Now, when you click on this link, you'll see a Mac help. So if you have a Mac computer, there are steps that show you for my Mac users for the alternate steps to complete your assignment using your Mac. Also, if you prefer shortcut keys, those old-fashioned shortcut keys, it will show you other ways to answer questions using the shortcut keys as well. But the tasks show you what are going to be the questions that you're going to be working through. Also, closing that down, I'm going to go over it. Also, if you come to the guide on the right, you're going to see that your guide also shows you a mouse method for answering the question. And if they're applicable, a Mac way to answer the question. Another way, it will also state Mac help here as well. Oops, I didn't mean to. Let me go back and share again. All right. Now you can stop at any time if you're working on your training and you have to step away, that is fine. Every time you answer a question, all of the questions that you've answered so far are automatically saved. And so when you return back to the training later, it will let you pick up where you had left off. You will not have to re-answer those questions. Now remember, everything is due before the due date, which for this class is going to be by Sunday, September the 5th by 11:59 p.m. Now, whenever you begin a question, you may say, hey, I don't know how to answer this. And that's fine, because we have 3 options. The first you won't receive credit for, but you can click the observe.
Files by size will display the largest file at the top of the list.
And it will answer, it will show you how to answer the question.
The size column heading. Windows sorts the files according to their size from largest to smallest. The size indicates how much data the file contains.
Okay, and then you can choose to practice the question.
Sorting files by size will display the largest file at the top of the list. In File Explorer, click the Size column heading. Windows sorts the files according to their size from largest to smallest. The size indicates how much data the file contains.
Then you're ready to apply, and this is where you would receive credit if you answer it correctly. So it's going to tell me to sort the file list by size. So I'm going to do that, and it tells me the answer is complete. Now, if I don't answer it accurately, you'll just you can practice it until you answer it accurately the next time. So I'm going to stop here. And as I said, if I go back and look at my taskbar, I will see that if I need to leave, I can, because it's going to show that that question that I've already answered is marked off. And so when I return back to my training, I will not have to answer that question again. It will be saved. Now, once you hit your submit to submit your training, the software will grade it, and it will give you a grade. If you don't make a 100, by all means, complete the training again. And you can do this unlimited amount of times before the due date to receive your highest grade. And it's set in both Cengage and Blackboard to show your highest grade. So for example, if you make an 80 and then a 70, and you make it a 95 next, the grade that's going to show is going to be your highest grade. So if you have any questions about that, please contact me. So once you're finished, you'll submit, and it's going to tell me that I'm not finished, but that's fine. I know that. And it's going to tell me how many tasks I completed. And I can print this if I want, but I'm going to close it. And then let me do a new share. You'll be able to go back and view your report. So I'm going to close this screen. Now, as an instructor, I'm not going to be able to view the report. It recognizes that I'm an instructor. And so right now, if I go back in and I view my grade, what I'm going to see is it's going to show me, it's going to show that I haven't completed anything. But what you'll see is once you submit your training assignment, your grade will be reflected here. Also, you can go into your Cengage gradebook and you'll see it there as well. And also after the due date passes for the Word Module 1 Sim training, the grade will also move over to the Blackboard gradebook. Now, Blackboard is our official gradebook. So just be aware that any averages that you see in Cengage are not applicable to your overall average. You want to look at your Blackboard gradebook. It's our official gradebook for Greenville Tech. And so the grades there will reflect all the grades that you completed throughout the semester. So that's always going to be your accurate average. Now, this week you have the Windows 10 training only. Let me go back to where it's at. This is where your Windows 10 training is at. So you have your Windows 10 training. That's due this week. And also you have due this week a file management assignment. And it's going to remind you to create the same folder structure on the documents folder on your computer and save files in the appropriate folder. So let's go and look at where you'll find this assignment. I'm going to close out of Cengage, move back to Blackboard. And I'm going to move down to I'm going to find the file management assignment. It will be found under assignments in Blackboard. And you'll scroll down, and this is where you'll find the file management assignment. Now there's a rubric that shows you exactly how it will be graded. So before you submit, verify that you have received all the points possible. You've completed all of these steps. And you'll submit it here in the Dropbox. So again, the way that I found this is I went to assignments, scroll down, and I'm going to find the assignment here. And this will give me the Dropbox. Now, I'm going to open up the instructions and look at these briefly with you. It says to please follow the instructions in the attached assignment document to complete the assignment, to complete it. And if you have any questions, you can contact me or Professor Daniels, but right now, since she's under the weather, if you'll contact me, please. All GTC students have a Gmail account, which comes with unlimited storage for your files, folders, videos, pictures, etc. You'll have access to the free cloud storage for your documents using the Google Drive app. Also, you'll notice that you have access to other Google apps, allowing you to collaborate with other users simultaneously. So once you start to submit this file, this is the naming convention that you'll give it. And you want to make sure that you save it following the instructions. As a default, it's going to try and save it as a PNG file. You're going to change the file type to a JPEG. Otherwise, if you incorrectly name it, you'll lose about 10 points. And if you don't save it as a JPEG, you'll lose points as well. So I'm going to launch this assignment so that you can look at it with me. So it's going to tell you that you'll log into your Greenville Tech Gmail. So if you have a personal Gmail, it's not going to, we don't allow you to use that. You have to use while you're here at Greenville Tech, and when you contact us, your Greenville Tech Gmail. And so I'm going to go over and I'm going to launch Greenville Tech's Gmail. Trying to think of the best way that I want to do this. So I'm just going to go here. And I'm going to go to Gmail. And I'll log into my Greenville Tech Gmail, and I can verify in my Greenville Tech Gmail because it's when I click on my icon at the top, on top right, it will tell me what email I'm using. So it tells me I am in my Greenville Tech my.gvltc.edu. Now, following the instructions, let me make sure that you are seeing my screen, and you are, okay? Following the instructions, it's going to tell you to open up. Let me go back to the instructions. It's going to tell you, once you've logged into your Greenville Tech Gmail account, in the upper right corner, you'll see the Google Apps icon, which is a square of 9 dots arranged in a cube. And you'll click on the Google Apps icon. So I'm going to do that. And you're going to go to Drive. Click on Drive. The next thing it's going to instruct you to do is you're going to create a new folder that's going to be for your CPT 170 class. And you'll create a folder within that folder for CPT 170 of all the different chapters that we'll be covering throughout the semester. And this is where you can save your schoolwork for our class. So first of all, it's going to tell you to click on the new button. So I'm going to go over to click new, and I'm going to click new folder. And I'm going to give it the name. It's going to tell you to name it CPT 170. So I'll do that. And click OK, create. And it creates that folder. Now you see I've taught this class several times. So there are several folders with that. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete these just for a minute so we can start fresh for this class. The next thing it's going to tell you to do is you will open up that CPT 170 folder that you've just created. And it's going to tell you that now you're going to begin creating subfolders for each of the modules in the textbook. So you want to follow the instructions and name them accurately. So first of all, I'm going to name the first one Windows 10 _ Office 2019. So I'm going to choose new folder. And the name I'll give it is Windows 10, Win 10. _ Office 2019. Let me double check that I've typed it in the way that I've asked everyone to type it in, and then click create. And you'll see that you're in your main folder for CPT 170, but now you're going to begin creating subfolders within the CPT 170 folder of the modules that we're going to be covering. So I'm going to do another with you. So look, the next one, I'm going to do new, staying here, and I can see my drive CPT 170. So I'm still in the CPT 170 folder, and I'm going to create new folder. And this folder will be called Word _ module _ 1. And click create. And as you move along, you'll notice that the information that you enter for your subfolders will be placed alphabetically. So for instance, when you type in Windows 10 and Word Module 1, when you start to type in other folders that start with letters before the W in the alphabet, it will rearrange these subfolders into alphabetical order, and that is fine. Now you'll continue to do this following all the instructions all the way through, creating a subfolder for each of the modules. And when you're finished, this is where you will save all course-related documents throughout the semester. Now, one last thing is you want to make sure that you're going to save a screenshot of this and send it to me. You want to make sure that you are looking at the grid view. So for instance, if there's an example that shows you what it will look like, and I'm in the grid view right now. So I can switch to the list view, but that's inaccurate. I've asked for the grid view, and if I'm not following that instruction, that's worth another 10 points. So make sure you're in this view, the grid view. Also, you can see it here, what it will look like. Now you're going to take a screenshot of your screen, and it will depend on whether you have a PC, a Windows-based computer, or if you have a Mac computer on what the steps that you will follow. And I have steps here for my Mac users and for our Windows PC students listed here to help you. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to create a screenshot. And the way I'm going to do it, there's many ways to do it. And I've tried to put in the instructions the fastest way to create a screenshot. But the way I'm going to do it is I have an icon here at the bottom, and I'm just going to choose new. And then I'm going to come over. Let me see if you can see this screen. I'm going to come over and choose new. And I'm going to say a full screen snip. And it will take a screenshot, and I'm going to close that down because I have two monitors open right now. So it took the screenshot, excuse me, of the wrong monitor. So I'm going to come here and do that again. And it wants to choose my other screen. So let me move this over. Let me just do it this way. All right, let me make sure you can see this screen. So we'll take a screenshot and then I'm going to show you what you'll do next. The next thing is you want to save the file. You're going to save the file following the instructions. You're going to save it, and you're going to see when you start to save it that it wants to save it as a GIF file. I'm sorry, as a GIF file. So you'll choose where you're going to save this to, and right now I'm just going to save it to the desktop, and you're going to give it the correct name. And the name that you'll name it will be your first name underscore last name underscore file underscore management. You can spell it management or you can abbreviate it with MGMT. So I'm going to put in my first name underscore, of course, it'll be your first and last name underscore file underscore MGMT. Now you're going to come to the save as type and change it to a JPEG. That's all you do. And it's going to remind you, do not save the file with the PNG extension or GIF extension and then have JPEG after changing the file to JPEG. Leave it alone and then click save. And then you'll return to your Dropbox in our class. Go and find our Dropbox. Here we are. Go and find our Dropbox and you'll browse to find that file. And you'll submit it. Now, as an instructor, it recognizes I'm an instructor, so you can see it will not accept my submission. This is why the instructor is sending their own submission in, so it won't allow it. So that's why you get that. I get that message. You won't. Now, one last thing, go and view your submission. So sometimes students will just close it out and walk away, and the submission didn't upload it correctly. Never do that. Just like whenever you had assignments that you turned in, paper assignments that you turned into your instructor, you always want to see your instructor receive that assignment and see that it's in their hands, on their desk, somewhere visually that you know that they received it. Same thing with this. Once you submit it, don't just walk away. You want to verify that it was received and it was the file that you meant to send. So I can't do it here because as an instructor, once again, it won't let me open it up. But what you will do is you'll see a link and you can click on that link and verify that what was uploaded for grading is that assignment. So if it's not, then just come back and browse your local files and find it again. You're allowed several attempts. So you don't need to contact me or Professor Daniels. Just go ahead and submit it. And what happens is we grade the latest attempt. So if we see 5 submissions, we'll grade the last submission. We'll assume that last submission was the one that you needed to be, that you had questions with the first 4. And so that you submitted it many times until you had it correct, and we'll grade the last submission. Okay. So this week, we're beginning to explore working with Windows 10, working with Cengage MindTap. As the semester moves along, you will see that the assignments will start to be mostly in Cengage, in Cengage MindTap. So it's very important, if you haven't already, to purchase the subscription. And you can purchase it anywhere. You can purchase it from the Greenville Tech Bookstore using your book voucher. You can purchase it from Amazon, directly from Cengage, and you'll be able to find it everywhere. And there won't be a cheaper option than what is listed in my announcements. So be aware that the Cengage Unlimited subscription, the price will be the same everywhere. I'm going to go back and share my announcements screen for just a minute. So in announcements, it shows the 3 options that you have for purchasing the Cengage subscription. When you purchase the Cengage subscription, you'll have immediate access to the e-text for this class. Now you have a 4-month option, you have a 12-month option, and you have a 2-year, 24-month option. Now, what I recommend to students is if you're a computer technology major and you're going to be taking classes continuously in the computer technology program without a break, that you purchase the longer subscription, because many of our classes in the computer technology program use Cengage Unlimited. Now, if you are not a computer technology major, then you may want to consider a shorter subscription, because I don't know the other schools, what the departments are using, and it changes from year to year. So before you purchase the 4-month, you may want to contact your department head of the program that you're studying and ask if they know of classes that are using Cengage Unlimited. And if it's none that are going to be soon, then you would just choose the 4-month. Now, just to reiterate, just for a few minutes, make sure that you have went through all of our class announcements and reviewed all of the material. Week 1 had assignments that were due for that week. You're going to see the required materials for the class. If you're a Mac user, you'll be able to complete all assignments and tests in the final exam using your Mac, with the exception of the textbook project assignment. With the textbook project assignment, we have alternative assignments that will work with a Mac computer, but you need to request those through Professor Daniels, and she'll decide whether to approve it, and then she'll send you the password information. With the exception of Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access does not install onto Mac computers. And that's why we do not have Mac alternative access textbook project assignments. We would do it if we could, but since Mac will not accept the Microsoft Access student version, what you'll need to do is the 2 weeks that we're in Access, you'll need to come and use the computer lab in the ET building, which is building 103, room 113 or 115. And the hours of operation are 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and closed on Sunday. And I have that information here in announcements as well. Now, don't use any other computer lab. I want to reemphasize that. I'm sure Ms. Daniels told you this as well. Do not use another computer lab. The one that you must use is going to be here in building 103. And the reason is that that's our computer lab for our computer students. And we had that lab set up, all the computers set up for our computer students. If you use another computer lab, it will not be set up. We can't promise that it will be set up with the latest information and software that you're going to use for your classes. Also, another benefit is we have great computer lab techs that are always there to help you if you run into technical issues, or they can come and get us if they have questions as well. And of course, you can always contact me or Professor Daniels, and we can set up a Zoom meeting to work one-on-one with any questions you might have. Also, free tutoring is available. This is a free service, and you can see there are many classes here at Greenville Tech that we have a free tutoring service available to you. The most successful students in classes, there's always going to be something in a class that you don't understand, and the most successful students are the ones that understand tutoring is what you need to do in order to be successful, to get you through that area that you may have some questions or struggle with. So please, by all means, you can meet with the tutor, the free tutoring service, twice a week for 30 minutes each week for the entire semester. So there's a sign up when you go here. Also, you must use your Greenville Tech Gmail. Also, Blackboard's our official grade book. And the passwords for a class, the first 4 tests are not a secret. They're always here in announcements. So you can always, whenever you're ready to take a test, I've got it under the link for the test. You'll see it in Blackboard when you start to launch it, but also you can find it here in announcements. So no one should contact us saying they don't know what the password is for the test, so they couldn't take the test. You're allowed 1 makeup for 1 missed test within 7 days of missing that test after contacting the instructor and getting approval. So be careful that you don't use it by not recognizing what the password is. Also, you can phone a friend, you can email a classmate and say, what is the password again? And they can tell you as well. It's not a secret. What is a secret is the final exam. The final exam password will be given to you when you arrive to take your final exam here on campus. So we are required to have a proctored final exam, and the final exam will be comprehensive. And as we get closer to the dates, which will going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, December 7th through the 9th, you'll come in from 9 a.m. Choose your times, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. You'll have 3 labs. And I'll tell you as we get closer, or Professor Daniels will tell you as we move closer, where those classrooms are at. You cannot take it at the Proctor Test Center. You can't take it anywhere but where we will send that information to you later on, to where we direct you to, because if you go anywhere else, they won't know what the password is. They won't be able to help you in any way, and they'll send you to us. So just be aware of that. So just know that at the end of the semester, you will need to come in for the final exam, and it is comprehensive, and you can choose which of these 3 days works with your schedule and which times of those 3 days. And then as we move closer, I'll tell you the classroom locations for those final exams. So I'm finished. If you have any questions today, please contact me. Once again, it's Rader, R-A-D-E-R, W-C-R at my.gbltc.edu, or my phone number is 864-250-8275. And please contact me. We can always meet via Zoom, so you can share your screen, or we can meet one-on-one if you'd like. You're never alone. We're here to help you, and I'm here to help you as well. So please contact me or Professor Daniels at any time so that we can help you answer questions. So thank you very much for your time. I will send the link for our week 2 announcements that I post to my classes. And also I'll send you the link to my Tuesday night 6 p.m. class. And that meets from 6 p.m. to 7:20 via Zoom. And I'll send you that information if you'd like to attend the meeting with me tomorrow night. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And please contact me if you have any questions.